A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a bold and controversial move, the Trump administration has taken a decisive stand against Harvard University, announcing that the institution will no longer receive federal funding for research. This decision, articulated in a letter from U.S. Education Department Secretary Linda McMahon, marks a significant escalation in an ongoing dispute centered around allegations of anti-Semitism on campus. McMahon's letter accused Harvard of making a mockery of higher education and asserted that the university should no longer expect federal grants, stating, "Harvard will cease to be a publicly funded institution and can instead operate as a privately funded institution, drawing on its colossal endowment and raising money from its large base of wealthy alumni." This funding cut comes on the heels of a previous freeze of nearly $2.3 billion in federal funding to Harvard, a move that was justified by the administration's claims of the university's failure to adequately address rampant anti-Semitism. The administration's concerns were further exacerbated when Harvard rejected several demands that it viewed as undue government control, including external audits of faculty and students to ensure viewpoint diversity. In her letter, McMahon expressed a series of grievances often voiced by conservatives regarding Harvard, including accusations of lax academic standards and the admission of foreign students who allegedly exhibit violent behavior and disdain for the United States. She posed a series of pointed questions regarding the backgrounds of these students, echoing President Trump's characteristic use of emphatic language to underscore her points. Where do many of these students come from? Who are they? And how do they get into Harvard, or even into our country? And why is there so much hate? McMahon demanded, insisting that these questions, among others, deserve clear answers from the university. Harvard, which is currently engaged in a legal battle against the Trump administration's earlier funding freeze, responded to McMahon's latest letter by warning that her demands could have chilling implications for higher education. A university spokesperson stated, "Today's letter makes new threats to illegally withhold funding for life-saving research and innovation in retaliation against Harvard for filing its lawsuit on April 21st. The spokesperson emphasized that Harvard would continue to comply with the law and promote respect for viewpoint diversity while combating anti-Semitism within its community. This dispute is set against the backdrop of broader controversies surrounding alleged anti-Semitism on U.S. university campuses, particularly following nationwide student protests against Israel's military actions in Gaza last year. Recent reports from Harvard task forces indicated that both students and staff had faced anti-Jewish and anti-Muslim bias on campus. In response to these findings, Harvard President Alan Garber expressed concern over the marginalization of students based on their identities or beliefs and pledged to enhance efforts to cultivate an environment of mutual respect. The Trump administration's actions are part of a larger strategy to leverage federal funding as a means to influence institutional policies, with officials claiming that universities like Harvard have propagated extreme left-wing ideologies while stifling conservative perspectives. As the situation unfolds, the implications for higher education and academic freedom remain uncertain, with many observers closely watching how Harvard will navigate this contentious landscape while defending its values and commitments to research and innovation. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.